Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I just wanted to sit down and play with some new makeup. When I tell you I have a ton of new makeup to sit down, play around with, we're just gonna chill and have some fun. So make sure you grab a snack, grab something to drink, and let's get into it. So my order from Glamlight came in. This is from their new Twilight collection. I have been waiting for this collection to drop. They've been teasing it for so long. Of course, I had to pick up both of these palettes. So we're gonna start with the eyes, of course. But this is the first palette I picked up. This is what it comes in. It comes in this really cool collector's case. Of course, this is the Jacob palette. It is so nice. You open it up. This is what it looks like. I already took the palette out, just so you know. This is what it looks like when you open it up. This is the palette here. It has this on the front. Then, of course, everything you need to know on the back of the palette. I have to know, are you Team Jacob or Team Edward? When this palette showed up at my door, something in me just was like, girl, go and watch the entire Twilight series. And I did. I finished it in 2 days. I watched all the movies, and honestly, I hadn't seen the Twilight movies in so long, and it just was like I was watching it for the first time all over again, and I fell in love all over again with the movies. They are fresh in my brain right now. This is the color story of the Jacob palette. It is very cool toned, a lot more cool toned than I was expecting. Initially, I wanted to use this palette today, but then I saw the Edward palette and I was like, girl, you gotta do a look with the Edward palette first. This is what the Edward box looks like. Really cool. I think that Glamlight did an amazing job with these palettes, truly. And then this is what the inside of this collector's box looks like. It says, no measure of time with you will be long enough, but let's start with forever. Oh, I love that. Then we have the Edward palette here. And this is what this looks like. And then, of course, information on the back. This is beautiful. Glamlight did an amazing job with this color story. This is truly not what I was expecting. Honestly, don't know what I was expecting, but this color story exceeded my expectations. So when I saw this, I was like, I have to do a look with this palette. Also from this collection, I had to pick up the mirror because, let's face it, at this point, I collect the Glamlight mirrors. So I'm gonna prime with some P. Louise base. This is in the shade 4. I'm washing all of my makeup brushes. It was time. Thankfully, I had another set of brushes that I wasn't using that are clean, and I can use these while the other brushes are drying. Going into the Edward palette, this looks so good. I don't know what I want to do. I feel like I say this all the time, but I really don't know what I want to do. The colors are so grungy and deep to where I know this look is going to come out very dark and very sultry. Starting off with Mind Reader. Aside from Twilight, I have also been into... Oh, this is kind of purple. I like. So aside from Twilight, I have been watching the new season of Handmaid's Tale. Are y'all watching it? I know that that show is a very difficult watch, but we are on the final season, and I was like, I have to see how this is going to play out. I have to see how this is going to end. I'm also watching Yellow Jackets. That is also another hard show to watch, but I'm doing it. I am watching it. Have y'all seen either of those two shows? And let me know what you think about them, because they're both really difficult shows to watch. I also started the Black Mirror, the new season, I think what, season 7 of Black Mirror? I've only watched the first 2 episodes, and they are so good. They're so good. I was talking to my boyfriend. I was like, how did they come up with these concepts? He made a valid point. He said something along the lines of, they probably look at things that's happening in the world now, and they just exaggerate them. And I'm just like, you know, you're so right. You're so right. This color is so pretty. It's actually like a more purpley color, and I wasn't expecting this to be purple like this, but I really like it. I'm sketching it out. I'm probably gonna do like one of my favorite types of looks where I do like that exaggerated cut crease with the shimmer all on the lid. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I feel like this look is already coming out a little vampy. So I am loving it. I got this down. Got it how I want it. Now, let's see. Because there is no mid-tone color to blend this out, I might have to blend this out with a clean brush. Usually what I would do is go for a shade that's like the next step lighter than this color, but we don't have anything like that. We have these lighter colors, which is not gonna really blend out so well because they're more pastel-y. So I might just have to take this clean brush here and just start to blend out the edges. And I don't think that there's anything in the Jacob palette that would help, since those are super cool toned. Let's see, the Jacob palette, they have a gray, which could work. I could try this gray from the Jacob palette called Moonlight and see if that'll do anything. You know what? This gray might actually work, just to help blend it out. Or is it working? Kind of. I think it's helping a little bit. I'm going to go back into that P. Louise base, and I'm just going to cut this crease. It's looking pretty good. I really want to play with like these blues in here. This color is so pretty. Oh my gosh, look at this. That is so pretty. That's almost like a gunmetal color. Then we have this color that's really calling my name. That's pretty. We also have this blue. Ooh, I think I might do some of that blue. Ooh, you know what? Actually, change of plans. I'm going to take this shade Lion, like a purpley color, and I'm actually going to set this color down. We'll set this base down with this shadow before I go in with shimmer. Wow, this is very pigmented. Very, very pigmented. Wow. Now I can take some of Sentry on my finger, and we'll pop Sentry right in the inner part. Wow, that is so pretty. I wish y'all could see this shift in person because it is beautiful. It is so beautiful. Let's take something a little deeper. Let's take some of Vegetarian. Let's see how this looks. Okay, I thought a brush would work, but we'll use the finger and pop Vegetarian in the center. I'm glad that I went in with the shadow first. Now that we're in the outer, let's go a little deeper. Let's take some of Honeymoon on a brush and just put this in the outer corner. Do we like that? I'm going to take the black in the palette and just give myself a little bit of a wing. I love when palettes have a black shadow, because then I can just do this and I'm good to go. I have this new mascara from Colfi. This is a tubing mascara, and I have been using this non-stop. This is actually my first time using a tubing mascara. I love how this comes off. I get why people love tubing mascaras so much, because it's so great when it comes time to take it off. The only thing I will say is that this mascara doesn't really give me volume. It gives me more length and separation, but I don't really get volume with this mascara. I kind of want it to curl up. Let's get into this base because we have so much stuff. I want to start off with the Tier Milk Skin Toner. This is the light version. The light version is geared more towards people who have oily or combo skin. They have a normal version that's a lot more dewy and glowy. So if you have more combo to oily skin, get the light version. I saw so many people raving about this toner from Tier, and I've never tried any of their products, but this is my first product from them. But comparing the Tier to the Rhode, I definitely prefer the Rhode because I just love looking like a glazed donut, and this one I feel like is great for like your nighttime skin routine if you don't want anything too heavy on your skin before you go to bed. As far as like makeup prep, I prefer the Rhode because I like what it does and how it looks under makeup. This one just literally melts into the skin. I have this new cream from IT Cosmetics. I'm not sure if it's new, but it is new to me. This is the Confidence in a Cream Barrier Boost. It's a weightless daily repair moisturizer. So I was like, ooh, a new moisturizer to try. And I love the more mattifying one from IT Cosmetics, so this one I'm excited to try. This is the consistency of this one. Ooh, it feels almost kind of like whipped in a way. It's a little bit of an interesting texture because it also just feels like it melts into the skin. My skin definitely does feel more hydrated and more plump. But for sunscreen, I'm going to go in with the Tatcha Silk Sunscreen. I recently got this and I've been trying it out and I love how this feels. This is another product that just doesn't leave my skin feeling, you know, greasy. And I like how this almost feels like it turns into like this soft matte kind of texture. This has like cast, but I like the way that this sunscreen feels. And not only that, this is a sunscreen I would only use if I'm wearing it under makeup. If I was wearing this sunscreen on its own, I couldn't do it. Now, this is not new, but I'm not too familiar with the IT Cosmetics CC cream, but I wanted to use this today. I don't have a new primer, but I am going to go in with my Oil Sucker primer, just a little. I don't really feel like I need too much of this because a little goes a long way. I have this cool brush. It's a spatula brush, so I'm just gonna... These kind of brushes are so weird, but it's great because they don't pick up a lot of product, and you literally can just use it to spread the product on your face. And then you can go in with your sponge or whatever and blend it in. I don't really know if I love the spatula with this particular formula, so I'm just gonna go right in with the sponge. I feel like I tried this product a really long time ago, but I remembered this product having a scent, but I don't smell anything. All right, so before I go on with concealer, let's do a little bit of blush. I have so many new blushes. I have these from Made by Mitchell. This is his lip and cheek stains. I think they're called smoothie stains. Yeah, these are their smoothie stains. I've tried these. These have a really interesting formula. It's like a moussey kind of texture, but these have so much pigment. Like this shade is called Cowlick, and oh my gosh. Then I have, of course, the Rare Beauty Bouncy Blushes. I already have like a YouTube short up trying this out. I've worn this on, you know, previous videos. So I don't know if I'm going to use the Rare Beauty today since that's literally just about all of it I've been using. Now, Morphe is coming in hot with the new releases. They are killing it. Like, rent was due for Morphe, okay? We have blush trios. I have two. This one is the one I kind of want to use today because I feel like this one would go so well with my eye look. And I actually haven't really played around with these yet, so I kind of want to use this. Then I also have this one. This one is called Cabana Club, which is very gorgeous. Very, very pretty. Let's take some of this cream. So I love this because you get 3 products in one, and they're all the shades correspond to each other. A lot of people said that this is like a dupe for the One Size cheek clappers. Is that what they're called? I think that's what they're called. But, ooh, this is very sheer. Let's see. Oh, it is pretty buildable, which is nice. I do like a nice buildable blush, but this is not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. You really have to dig in the pan to build up this color to get it on the brush. At least that could be this brush right here because this brush is pretty dense. This shade from Morphe looks like this shade from Patrick Ta. She's Wanted from Patrick Ta, and the Morphe one we're gonna compare. So we have Patrick Ta, and then we have the Morphe, which is a lot more sheer, but they are very similar. Let's see, let's build up the Morphe a little more. Yeah, they are pretty similar. So if you didn't want to spend I think almost $40 on the Patrick Ta blush, you have the Morphe one. And not only that, you get 3 products instead of 2. We'll tap back into that after we do our concealer. This concealer is one of my favorite concealers. It's newer to the market, but it is so good. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. I have been reaching for this concealer every time that I do my makeup. This is what the doe foot looks like. I love it because it holds a lot of product. The shade that I'm using first is 6W. This is more skin tone-y kind of shade. So I'm gonna start with this. Do you see how much product this holds? It holds a lot of product. Now with this, you definitely have to work somewhat fast before it starts to dry. I love this concealer. It is so good. But like I said, 6W is more of like my everyday concealer shade. And I also will say that this concealer is a soft matte kind of finish. So if you have dry skin, I don't think that you would like this concealer. But do you see how this just melts into the skin? Oh my gosh, it's like one with the skin. And I'm purposely only doing this side of my face so you can just see the difference of what this concealer does. But wow, is this concealer beautiful. I love it. And I love it also because it really does not crease at all. Like I have very, 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 very minimal creasing with this concealer. And I love that. Look at my, oh my gosh, look at this. Listen, you cannot tell me that this did not just make my under eye look so flawless. Like I said, this shade is not a super bright shade on me. It's more of like an everyday shade, which is why I ended up picking up another shade of this. I'm going to take the shade 5W, and I'm just going to pop this right in the inner part because it is lighter. And this is what I like to do. I just like to go on with a lighter concealer in the inner part. And in this case, the same formula, just a lighter shade, and just brighten up that inner part of the eye. I'm going to take the same brush I went in with the blush and just kind of go over it a little bit just to blend it together a little bit. I don't have any cream, bronzer, or contour, so I'm just going to go ahead and set with powder. I'm going to go with the Makeup by Mario setting powder in the shade Neutral Peach. And then we're going to get to setting. And I feel like with the Makeup by Mario setting powder, you really don't need a lot of this powder. It's just gonna set down so beautifully. My makeup looks so good right now. I have no complaints, really. Moving into powder bronzer, I have really been loving this one from Haus Labs. This is their newly reformulated bronzers. I have mine in the shade Redwood. The perfect bronzer shade, the perfect amount of red in here. The best way I found to apply this is to tap it into the skin rather than swipe it because I don't know, the formula just feels more like a creamy powder to me. It's also a bronzer that's pretty buildable as well. So if you like that, I think you're really going to like this bronzer. Going back into the Morphe Trio, let's take a little bit of this powder in here and let's see what it's working with. As far as pigment, oh, she's pigmented. Okay, so this is where the pigment is hiding. It's hiding in the powder. I'm like, what is on my brush? So the pigment is hiding in the powder, which makes a lot of sense. For the lower lash, I don't want to tie in the blue shimmer that's on the lid somehow, but I'm just going to put this all on the lower lash line. The blue was a really nice touch. So for lips, I forgot to include this in my haul, but Sephora Collection just reformulated their lip liners. So they used to have these, which were the gel lip liners. This one is in the shade Molasses. And these lip liners, as you can see, it had like a little bit of shine to them. And I personally didn't feel like these were smudge proof or transfer proof personally, but the newly reformulated formula is actually an 8-hour wear transfer proof lip liner. And I did pick up the shade Molasses, but I did discover that this shade is a lot different. I don't know if you can tell, but the original Molasses is a lot deeper, but this one is more cool toned and it's not the exact same shade. It's actually a hint lighter. So when I was applying this on, I was like, oh, this color is a little bit different, a lot lighter than I was expecting. I do like this formula over the gel because I am not a fan of shiny lip liners. I like a lip liner that dries down. I have a ton of new lippies. If you've seen my Sephora haul, you know how many new lippies your girl has. But since I didn't use the Made by Mitchell Smoothie Stains, I do have his lip syncs. And I actually want to use one of these today. I'm probably going to use the more neutral one, which is the shade No Drama. Now, this formula is very thin, but this does not budge. It does not go anywhere. I've tried this once before. I ate, I drank. This lip was still on. I really like this formula. I just hope to see more neutral shades, of course, going forward, but it's Made by Mitchell. He always adds to the line. It can go everywhere because of how thin this formula is. This tube is gonna last you a long time. It almost feels like water. It's so weird, but then once it dries down to like more of like a soft matte kind of finish. He also has a lot of bold colors in the line as well, but I really like this color a lot. I would love to order more of these because I really, really like this formula. Of course, y'all know I can't leave this matte. We'll keep it clear. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Gloss in Glassy. No new setting spray, but I am going to use my go-to Fenty. I really want to pick up the Kosas setting spray, so if you've tried that one, let me know if it's worth a pickup or if I should just skip out on it. I forgot to mention, I did my brows with the new Revi Beauty brow pencil in the shade Ebony. Love this pencil. It's very, very tiny, so you can do like those hair-like strokes. I love this color because it's not too dark, like it's not black. It's like the perfect brown black kind of color. This is a really nice pencil that is definitely being added to the everyday makeup routine. As far as everything else that I tried today, I thoroughly enjoyed playing around with all of these products. The Twilight palette, I had fun using. The formula is the Glam Light formula I know and love. The shimmers are beautiful. I have no complaints with this palette. I love the look that I created today, and I cannot wait to play around with this some more. I definitely want to tap into the red shadows because I want to do a nice red look. I don't usually do red, but I don't know. For some reason, I really want to tap into a red kind of look. The Morphe blush trio, I liked. Oh my gosh, I just realized I didn't use the balm. Wait a second. Let's see. Can it pick up with a brush? Kind of nervous. Almost kind of glittery, but that's actually really pretty. Ooh, that's very pigmented. Hold up. Oh, that's really pretty. It has a lot of pigment, so that's actually really nice. That is one thing I will say about, you know, this Morphe trio is that it's pretty buildable, but you can get the pigment from other parts of the blush, from the balm like I just did. Or if you just want to keep it more subtle, more everyday, you can just go on with the cream. But I like this, and I feel like this is a great alternative. At least this blush shade is a great alternative to the Patrick Ta blush duo and She's Wanted. This is $19, and the blush from Patrick Ta I think is $38, so you are winning because you get an extra formula in this, and Morphe is on a roll. And I like this balm. I'm actually very surprised at this formula because it's not super wet, and I prefer using a finger to blend it in. This is something you've been eyeing. Highly, highly recommended. This was one of my favorite products that I used today. I cannot recommend this concealer enough. I love it. A good makeup application has everything to do with concealer and foundation, truly. Concealer was never one of those products I was excited to apply before trying out this formula. The Makeup by Mario powder, love this peachy shade. It's not super peachy. It's perfect. I can't believe it's taken me that long to switch shades in that formula. The House Labs bronzer, love. I cannot say enough good things about this as well. So happy they reformulated this and gave us different shades. I love a good bronzer with the nice red undertone in it, but not too red. Like, this is perfect. This is truly perfect. I love this mascara for everyday, so if you're in the market for a good everyday tubing mascara, definitely check out the Kulfi one. Made by Mitchell lip syncs. If you can get your hands on these, highly, highly recommend, because like I said, this formula does not go anywhere, and I've tried a lot of Made by Mitchell lip products. This one is by far my favorite out of all of the lip products he's come out with. Lip liner from Sephora collection. If you're eyeing the shade of this newly reformulated lip liner from Sephora, just keep in mind it's not the exact same color as the OG Molasses. I like this moisturizer from IT Cosmetics. The CC cream is really nice. I would definitely continue to reach for this. Same thing with the moisturizer. The Tatcha sunscreen as well. Really like this product under makeup. The Tier Skin Milk Toner, it's okay. I think it fits more in my nighttime routine than my makeup prep routine or my morning routine. I think that is everything new that I tried today. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.